Shalom, shalom, Yasharal. I pray all of y'all are well and smiling. Real quick, I would like to request something of y'all, and I really don't want to share anything. I just would like to ask if y'all could just do me a solid. I see, in my comments, Facebook. It sounds lame that I always mention Facebook. For the subs that have been with me for a while, I'm sure they've heard me say I don't have any fellowship where I live. I know no one close to where I'm at. I have one friend. She's a female. She's married to someone who don't believe, so it's hard to communicate with her. So other than that, I have no fellowship. So I have no fellowship. So if it sounds lame that I only have fellowship or friends on Facebook, yeah, it is lame. I'll be the first to say it. But what I want to ask y'all on Facebook, if you could just tone it down a little bit, especially the Torah delighters, any of my Facebook friends that delight in Torah, y'all are, you're giving esteem to the Most High Abba Yahuwah. I would just ask if you could just take her down a notch. I mean, it's kind of just, I know some of these Christians just get a little uneasy, and I know that the truth, must be shared, but a lot of the truth that y'all are sharing, it flies in the face of a lot of these Christians. It contradicts who they are and what they're sharing, on Facebook. It contradicts the truth they're sharing. And, if someone can't debate with you, it just goes to show that, it's just, they're having a hard time dealing with it, guys, okay? And I just I really don't want to hurt anyone's feelings, I know that truth might save their soul, and their eternity, but, we just can't go around, sharing truth if it's something that these people, if we're talking about, the holidays, for example, the pagan holidays, we can't be calling them pagan, because these people, they celebrate these holidays, and we don't want to ruin their fun, do we? I mean, and it's not just that, we just don't want to hurt their feelings. So we need to just take it down a notch, tone it down a little bit, and, be nicer, in your communication. When you're sharing truth, and I know you don't go to them personally and point, single anyone out. I know you're judging righteously. You're exposing wicked acts. You're not labeling anyone. You're not attaching anyone's name, making it personal. But they enjoy these days, these holidays. And if you expose those days for being wicked, these people might, it's going to upset these people. And we got plenty of time to, work out, what's wicked and what ain't, because, everyone has to work out their own salvation, right? So, like, let's just say, for example, if someone has never heard that Christmas is Saturnalia, and it's satanic and pagan, and they celebrate it, they're a Christian, I know if you tell them and show them what the truth is about that, sure, it's going to say it has the potential to save their soul and open their eyes to the fact that they're celebrating something that's evil. But we just can't be. We can't be mean like that. It's harsh to, just to share the truth, whether it be on Facebook or YouTube or in person. We need to figure out how we can do this. Really, I mean, I am a pretty good dancer. I almost said I wasn't a good dancer. I'm a really good dancer. Not tap dancing, but I can cut a rug on just winging it. I really don't know any particular dance or move, but I'm sure people have named my moves before. If I had to name them, it would just be look out, watch out, D's on the dance floor. And but like as far as tap dancing, I don't know how to tap dance around their feelings and stuff. So maybe we should just, ease off it a little bit, pump the brakes a little bit, because like I said, you see these Christians jumping on our post and accusing us of judging and being harsh and mean and stuff like that. But then when you show them the truth, they don't come back to debate. They run away. So they're either scared or they know they have no leg to stand on. So, maybe we should just sugarcoat the heck out of it, Just pat them on the tush and let them know it's going to be okay. For real, seriously. That's what these people want us to do. How do you do that? How do you say I'm going to make a Facebook post and I want to put on there, Christmas is actually Saturnalia. The Most High has said in His Word that we are not to partake in these festivities. Are we to say it's evil, but there is no but, is there? It's evil. There's no gray area. The appointed feast days of Yahweh are not evil. They're set apart, what the Christians would call holy. They're prescribed by the Most High. We are to partake and join in and celebrate those days. Make sure that we have those days set and we're prepared and we show up. These pagan holidays, these Christian evil unset apart days, how do you sugarcoat that? If we sugarcoat it and we pat them on their tush, we're leading people astray. Those of us who know how to judge righteously, and we have matured and come out of that error where some of us have, we've pointed fingers. I did it in my early, in the early stages of my walk, and I'm not saying I'm perfect. I'm sure that I get, a little bent out of shape sometimes, and I'm sure I could do things a lot better. But if we're not being judgmental and pointing fingers at someone, and we're judging righteously an evil act, we're exposing it like we ought to. How do we make it to where it's just not so mean and a little nicer? It's impossible, folks. So these people that are asking us to lighten up a little bit when we make a post, like I was saying, for example, if I made a post exposing Christmas for what it is, and someone says I need to just lighten up a little bit, that person, this is my real question. Would you say that person, their name is written in the Lamb's book of life from the foundation of the earth? I'm not claiming that I have that authority or that I know. I'm just going off of scripture. I'm posing the question. And the reason I'm asking this question is because if there's any of us that are still getting sidetracked from people saying that stuff because we're trying not to hurt feelings, we're trying to go about it in the proper way in order to be as efficient as possible and loving as possible. If someone hears that Christmas is Saturnalia and evil, and they are still celebrating it, they're oblivious to the truth of it, and they have a problem when they hear the truth, what kind of person are we talking about? Did you have a problem with it when you were told? I know there had to be a time where you didn't know that it was evil. I don't know if there's anyone that they've known their whole life. I doubt it. Maybe. When I heard it, I didn't like it, you know. I was in love with Christmas. I loved it. But never once did I get mad or upset when I heard about it. I was like, what? Really? And I started to look into it. I know a lot of people like that did that same thing. I never did, get mad at anyone or get highly butthurt about it. Like I've said, it took me a few years to finally make a stand and stand up for truth and obey the Most High when it came to that. So if there's people that are telling us that we need to just stop, and who are we to be so judgy when we do this and whatever, and we're honestly judging righteously. We're not doing anything other than what the Most High has asked us to do. If they have a problem with truth, who are we talking about? And are we supposed to be concerned with those people's feelings? Was King Dawood, when he went down to behead Goliath, should he have done it should he have not hit him in the forehead with that rock out of his sling? Should he just went down and talked about it? Or, Did Yahuwah really tell his children when they come out of Egypt, when he was telling them what to do when they got to the land they were going to? Did he tell them, no, don't go in there and, just wipe them out? Go in there, talk about it with them and see if you guys can come to some kind of a compromise, to an agreement. You Canaanites and giants, Nephilim, you go over here on the left side, the north side of the promised land, and we'll make a line, a border in between us, and we'll be set apart down here to the south, and you keep your evil wickedness up there to the north. Is that what he said? Or, I've read it countless times, and I know that's not what he said, but is that kind of what the Christians would have us do? It is. It really is. I am a firm believer that when it's talking about the woman and the remnant of her seed in Revelation, matter of fact, we'll go there. I believe that there are set apart people of the remnant that are in Christianity, that are in churches, they sit at a pew on Sundays, and there's a Bible sitting in front of them in the back of the pew, just in front of them, that eventually, if they will hear the truth, they will come out of Babylon. Because Christianity really is more than likely the only place to come out of, that remnant will come out of. Because where else are they going to have a Bible in front of them, at their, where they can access it, right? So, I know that our focus as far as sharing the truth needs to be shared there as well. And obviously it is where the most contention comes from, for sure. Let me see. Her seed. Oh. Let's see if that does us any good. Okay. Here we go. Okay. And when the dragon saw that he had been thrown to the earth, he persecuted the woman who gave birth to the male child. And the woman was given 2 wings of a great eagle to fly into the wilderness to her place, where she is nourished for times and a half of a time, 3.5 years, I think, from the presence of the serpent. And out of his mouth the serpent spewed water like a river after the woman, to cause her to be swept away by the river. And the earth helped the woman, and the earth opened its mouth and swallowed up the river which the dragon had spewed out of his mouth. And the dragon was enraged with the woman, and he went to fight with the remnant of her seed, those guarding the commands of the Most High and possessing So the remnant of her seed, I wouldn't think that there are many Christians, if any, that are going to be guarding the commands. Because the way I feel, the way I look at it, if you start to come out of that delusion and realize that the commandments are to be guarded, you're probably not too far off from realizing Christianity is to be you are to come out. You need to come out of Christianity. If you're guarding the commandments, you probably don't even want to enter one of their church buildings. I know I don't. I know after I knew the truth, every time I did go into one of those steepled buildings, I felt horrible about it. Yeah. So, when Christians attack us and tell us, we need to just, back it up a little bit. Yeah, dust our feet for sure. But should we be, and this is something that I've been, stressing and pleading with people about for a while. I'm sure y'all know. But it still is a problem yet to be resolved. Is it not? I have people, I bet if I don't hear it, it's at least once or twice a week, someone says, yeah, but you can't be putting it that way. These people are going to think this and they're going to think that. I don't know any other way I'm trying my best to convey what the Most High has shared with me, the best I can. But if I sugarcoated it, then I'm going to be in trouble. If I don't talk about it, if I don't expose it, I'm going to be held accountable. Okay? The people that don't like the message of truth and that put up a fight and resist, they need to hear that, wouldn't you say? If I'm celebrating a pagan holiday that the Most High says is an abomination, and we are not to associate ourselves with it, and I'm doing this, please tell me. If you do know that I'm doing it and you don't tell me, what kind of brother or friend are you? You are not one. But someone that does come and say, hey, brother, hate to burst your bubble, and I know I can see that you have a really good time celebrating said holiday. And I'm sharing this truth out of love with you because it's evil and wicked. And I want you to know, I'm not telling you what to do. I'm just going to give you some scripture and show you what the Most High thinks about it, how he feels, and let you know that it is evil. In fact, it is evil. If I get defensive and my fangs come out and I tell that guy he's wrong, and yet I never come back to that guy to tell him how he is wrong, but I just get upset and I'm like, no. What kind of person am I? What kind of child of the Most High is gonna have a problem with his truthful words? I don't think there are any. And being how that's the case, are we to tread lightly on account of their feelings? Was Yasharal to tread lightly when they entered into the land that was promised to their fathers? And make sure we keep in mind the feelings of those people. Like, for example, these pedophiles, these sick, I call them pedivores, these people that are probably eating, that do these satanic rituals and stuff. Should we just, should we always keep in mind their feelings and try not to, hurt their feelings and expose that wicked act, but be gentle? Come on now, people. Those days, those holidays, and I'm just using that as an example. There's way more to it, and y'all know that there is, than just the holidays. But all those holidays, they're associated with that sort of detestable, evil, wicked, satanic, unimaginable abominations. Yeah, they are. So, should we just... No, man. This is something that I just thought about this today. The Most High was, because I was thinking about some things I have recently said, and I was wondering if I could have went about it a different way, because maybe I did, rub some people the wrong way. Then I went back and listened to what I had said, and all I said was what the scripture says and common sense. And if someone gets offended or it hurts someone's feelings, for one, who cares? And for two, if someone gets their feelings hurt when they hear the truth spoken by Yahuwah, who are they? Why, and should we be concerned? When the Israelites went into the promised land and there were giants there, and they spoke the name of Yahuwah, should they have not spoken it because they didn't want to offend, the Canaanites, the people that were there doing these horrible acts? Come on, man. We stand for Abba Yahuwah, the Most High, our wonderful Creator, who gets all esteem, all honor, all glory, all praise, with no sugar on top. And it's right in your face, shouted from on high. Those who don't like it obviously are not anyone that we should be concerned with their feelings. Absolutely not. The only people that are concerned with us hurting someone's feelings when we speak truth are the same people that we shouldn't be concerned with hurting their feelings. It's just the truth. And I'm not concerned about hurting your feelings by telling you that. We need to wake up. Me too. This, like I just told you, this is something it just dawned on me today. I mean, I've been dealing with it, obviously, but we can't. We gotta stand up and, choose this day. Choose this day. Who was it? Was it Joshua that said that? I love that scripture. Was it Joshua 24:13, I think? Yeah. Let's look. pretty sure that's boy, if I'm even close to this one, I'll be amazed. I think I'm close. Oh man, this is right where we needed to read from for sure. I'm not seeing that choose this day, but let's read it. Verse 1. And Yahushua gathered all the tribes of Yasharal to Shechem and called for the elders of Yasharal and for their heads and for their judges and for their officers. And they presented themselves before Yahweh, the Most High. And Yahushua said to all the people, Thus said Yahweh, the Most High of Yasharal, Long ago your fathers dwelt beyond the river, Terah, the father of Abraham, and the father of Nahor, and they served other mighty ones. So I took your father Abraham from beyond the river and caused him to go through all the land of Canaan, and multiplied his offspring and gave him Isaac. And to Isaac I gave Jacob and Esau, and to Esau I gave the mountains of Seir to possess. But Jacob and his children went down to Egypt, Mitzrayim. Then I sent Moses, and Aaron, and plagued Mitzrayim, as I did in their midst. And afterward I brought you out, and I brought your fathers out of Mitzrayim. And you came to the sea, and the Mitzrayims, the Egyptians, pursued your fathers with chariots and horsemen to the Sea of Reeds. And they cried out to Yahuwah, and he put thick darkness between you and the Egyptians, and brought the sea upon them, and covered them, and your eyes saw what I did to Egypt. And you dwelt in the wilderness a long time. And I brought you into the land of the Amorites who dwelt beyond the Yarden, and they fought with you. But I gave them into your hand, and you possessed their land, and I destroyed them from before you. And Balak, son of Zippor, sovereign of Moab, rose up and fought against Yasharal, and sent and called for Balaam, son of Beor, to curse you. But I refused to listen to Balaam. So he continued to bless you, and I delivered you out of his hand. And you passed over the Yarden and came to Jericho. And the masters of Jericho, the Amorite and the Perizzites, and the Canaanite, and the Hittite, and the Girgashite, and the White, and the Jebusite fought against you. But I gave you them into your hand. And I sent the hornet before you, which drove them out from before you. Also the 2 sovereigns of the Amorites, but not with your sword or with your bow. And I gave you a land for which you did not labor, and cities which you did not build. And you dwell in them. You eat of the vineyards and olive trees, which you did not plant. And now fear Yahuwah. Serve him in perfection and in truth, and put away the mighty ones which your fathers served beyond the river and in Egypt, and serve Yahuwah. And if it seems evil in your eyes to serve Yahuwah, choose for yourselves this day, there it is, whom you are going to serve. Booyah. And if it seems evil in your eyes to serve Yahuwah, choose for yourselves this day whom you're going to serve, whether the mighty ones which your fathers served that were beyond the river, or the mighty ones of the Amorites in whose land you dwell. But I and my house, we serve Yahuwah. And the people answered and said, Far be it from us to forsake Yahuwah, to serve other mighty ones. For Yahuwah, our Most High, is he who has brought us and our fathers up out of the land of Egypt, from the house of bondage, who did those great signs before our eyes, and guarded us in all the way that we went and among all the people through whom we passed. And Yahuwah drove out from before us all the people, even the Amorites who dwelt in the land. We too serve Yahuwah, for he is our Most High. Then Yahushua said to the people, You are not able to serve Yahuwah, for he is a set apart mighty one. A jealous El is he. He does not bear with your transgression and with your sins. What's that? Is Joshua lying here? Or is he making this up? Or is he being truthful when he's telling them people that Yahuwah is a jealous El, and he will not bear with your transgression and with your sins? If you forsake Yahuwah and shall serve mighty ones of a stranger, then he shall turn back and do you evil and consume you after he has been good to you. So, is it safe to say after reading that again that we need to tell these people about these things? Even though you already know what they're going to say. They're going to say, well, it's not like that. That's not how, I think about it. I'm not worshiping other mighty ones, strange mighty ones, when I erect a Christmas tree in my living room and put gifts under it. That's not gonna enrage Yahuwah and cause him to be jealous over that. These people are going to justify what we know is enraging Abba Yahuwah and causing him to be jealous. and will end with their consumption. Then Joshua said to the people, You are witnesses against yourselves that you have chosen Yahuwah for yourselves to serve him. And they said, Witnesses. And now put away the mighty ones of the stranger which are in your midst, and incline your heart to Yahuwah, the Most High of Yasharal. And the people said to Joshua, Yahuwah, our mighty one we serve, and his voice we obey. And Joshua made a covenant with the people that day, and laid on them a law and a right ruling in Shechem. Then Joshua wrote these words in the book of the Torah of the Most High. And he took a large stone and set it up there under the oak that was by the set-apart place of Yahuwah. And Joshua said to all the people, See, this stone is a witness to us, for it has heard all the words of Yahuwah which he spoke to us. And it shall be a witness against you, lest you lie against your mighty one. Then Joshua sent the people away, each to his own inheritance. And after these events it came to be that Joshua, son of Nun, the servant of Yahuwah, died 110 years old. And they buried him with the border of his inheritance at Timnath-Serah, which is in the mountains of Ephraim, on the north side of Mount Gaish, I guess. And Yasharal served Yahuwah all the days of Joshua, and all the days of the elders who outlived Joshua, who had known all the works of Yahuwah which he had done for Yasharal. and the bones of Joseph, which the children of Yasharal had brought up out of Egypt, they buried at Shechem, and the plot of ground which Jacob had bought from the sons of Hamor, the father of Shechem, for 100 quisita. What is that? A monetary unit of uncertain value, perhaps in the form of a lamb. I'm not sure. And which had become an inheritance of the children of Joseph. And Eleazar, son of Aaron, died, and they buried him in a hill that belonged to Phinehas, his son, which was given to him in the hill country of Ephraim. And we know what eventually what happened. We know that, yeah, they served Yahweh after Joshua died, but it wasn't too long after that they started to flirt with these other gods, and eventually they were putting up Asherah poles and Christmas trees. Did Joshua sugarcoat anything there? Did he sugarcoat the fact that Yahuwah don't play? He's jealous. He wants you to himself. He isn't a swinger, he doesn't share, and neither do I. And I'm sure y'all don't either. And if you do, well, that's another subject all on its own, isn't it? Don't be convinced to sugarcoat what's true, what the Most High has asked of us, and what he expects, and what will offend him, what's evil, what's wicked, and what must be exposed. Can we expose it in a roundabout way, where people's feelings that are enjoying said wickedness, can we just no, there's no way to do that. It's impossible. Those who have a problem with it are those who will probably always have a problem with it. If they can accept it and acknowledge that is truth, yeah, they might still be stuck in that. And I was too. Some of y'all may have. That's a different story. It is hard to come out of, especially when you are married and have children and your family are in complete opposition to truth when it comes to the holidays. That was what held me up. That was my biggest hurdle. And actually, it went over a lot smoother than what I thought it would. Yeah, sure, it made it to where no worldly or Christian woman would even consider going through that unless they thought they could, domesticate me when it comes to the holidays, like they could rope me back in. And I had a couple try. I told you the last time I threw the last Christmas tree that came across my threshold like a javelin out into the front yard. And I'm sure the neighbors thought I was crazy, but good. I didn't care whose feelings got hurt that day. My Abba Yahuwah's feelings had been offended far too long. I had put up and compromised and transgressed far too long. I took a stand that day, and I ain't turned back since. When someone says, oh, come over to the party, we're not going to be talking about this and that. You're not going to be doing anything. Just come over and get some food. Your family's there. It's just about, spending time in the presence of your family. No. I'm not touching that stuff, and neither should you. And anyone that wants to touch it or try to convince you to do it, you should dust your feet from them as well. What kind of person are we talking about that would cause you to stumble, and your children, possibly, that are trying to convince you to let your hair down when it comes to something evil and detestable? Talk about peer pressure. You talk about if your friends jumped off a bridge, would you as well? Please. This is so elementary. This is something we have to get under control. And we don't, yes, we're to love our neighbor, and I'm the biggest advocate of that. But I'm also a really big supporter of loving Yahweh and standing up against what offends him. Standing up for what he loves and has asked us to do. So if somebody approaches me and says, you shouldn't be giving esteem to whoever it is. No, you're barking up the wrong tree. You need to just lighten up. No, I don't. I haven't pressed down far enough on the pedal. Move out of my way. I'm coming through. And if you get run over in the process, that's your fault, not mine. Because I've warned you plenty. Here I come. If you're still standing in my way, can't help that. It's easy, my mishpachah. These people that want to tell us to lighten up when it comes to what's going on right now. I Googled today WO2020060606. I didn't add the A1. That came up on its own. They want to tell us this isn't what you're saying. Okay, well, if it's not, why is it? That's what I Googled right there at the top. See, why is this a patent owned by Microsoft, by Bill Gates, that is for human body activity associated with a task provided to a user, may be used in a mining process? What now? Let's see. Let's read some details here. In the following detailed description, reference is made to the accompanying drawings which form a part hereof, and in which are shown by way of illustration specific embodiments in which the invention may be practiced. These embodiments are described in sufficient detail to enable those skilled in the art to practice the invention. Skilled in the art. And it is to be understood that other embodiments may be utilized and that structural, logical, and electrical changes may be made without departing from the spirit and the scope of the invention. The following detailed description is therefore, not to be taken in a limiting sense, and the scope of the invention is defined only by the appended claims and equivalents thereof. Like numbers in the figures refer to like components, which should be apparent from the context of use. See what they're saying here, and this is the truth. what they're saying is they don't want to be paying people that are, cooking the books. They're getting away with being lazy. They're on the clock, but they're not doing anything. They want to have such an eye on you that they will know if you're working or active, because they got something inside of you that is relaying back to them what your heart rate is, your blood pressure, and anything else they might want. Brain activities, body fluid flow, organ activity or movement, body movement, and any other activities that can be sensed and represented by images, waves, signals, text, numbers, degrees, or any other form of information or data. Examples of body radiation emitted from human body may include radiant heat of the body, pulse rate, or brain wave. Brain waves may comprise, for example, but not limited to, gamma waves involved in learning or memory tasks, beta waves involved in logical thinking and or conscious thought, alpha waves which may be related to subconscious thoughts, theta waves which may be related to thoughts involving deep and raw emotions, delta waves which may be involved in sleep or deep relaxation, or electroencephalogram, which may be measurement used to evaluate the electrical activity in the brain, such as deep concentration. Examples of the body movement may include eye movement, facial movement, or any other muscular movements. Furthermore, brain activity can be sensed using the fMRI. The fMRI measures brain activity by detecting changes associated with the blood flow. This technique relies on the fact that cerebral blood flow and neuronal activation are coupled. When an area of the brain is in use, blood flow to that region also increases. At operation, 330 user device 130 generates body activity data based on the body activity sensed by sensor 140. Is there going to be a 144 in here? Operation 330 may be part of a mining process, which is a process for solving a I'm not even going to try that, difficult problem. One exemplary embodiment of Operation 330 is shown in FIG. As shown in FIG4, Operation 330 blah blah blah. You can see where they're going with this, can't y'all, people? They want full control, full surveillance, and nothing but complete, total control will do. Delta is what these people are in. They're in a deep sleep and they are unable to snap out of it. They've been hypnotized into a trance and more than likely will become zombies, and not in the traditional sense, but in a embodiment, demonic possession kind of way. Don't believe me? Let's see. We'll spell cobra backwards one time. Divot, meaning. What's it gonna say? Possession by an evil spirit. Is that really what it means, or am I just making this up? Let's see. It says false. Now, I looked it up in the Hebrew, okay? And what I found months ago, a user from Turkey says the name Divik is of Hebrew origin and means a soul possessed by evil spirit. Okay. Do we need to go to Wikipedia? Let's see. Is a document in Jewish religious law which effectuates a divorce. A divorce. Get or get. That's divorce. I'm asking for Divik here. Quit trying to mislead me here, Google. What's it say? This is definitions. Divik is a term derived from the Hebrew word, dibuk, which is an evil spirit capable of possessing other creatures, and it's believed to be the suffering soul of the dead. Dibuks are believed to possess poorly evolved creatures. Really? So, the souls of the dead Nephilim who are wandering, could they possess poorly evolved, basement dwelling, screen addicted, drug addicted, pedophile, not much good for not much of anything people? Could be. Look, they'll say that they fact checked that it don't mean possession. Every time I've looked at a fact check, and you notice they only fact check the truth, and what they say is false, you can take it to the bank that they're lying through their teeth, and if whatever they say is false, it's true. You don't even have to go look, but go look and you'll see what I'm talking about. Divik means in Latin. I wonder what the meaning in Latin is. Here, Wikipedia. Dibuk. Now, this is something I never seen before. About 5 months ago when I looked at this, I never saw this word dibuk. It's Yiddish from the Hebrew verb dibak, meaning adhere or clean, is a malicious, possessing spirit believed to be the dislocated soul of a dead person. It supposedly leaves the host body once it has accomplished its goal, sometimes after being exorcised. Etymology. Dibuk, from the outside, which is found in man, comes from the Hebrew word evil, dibuk, the act of sticking, and is a nominal form derived from the verb dabak, to adhere. The history. The term first appears in a number of 16th century writings, though it was ignored by mainstream scholarship, like now, until S. Ansky's play The Dibuk popularized the concept in literary circles. Earlier accounts of possession, such as that given by Josephus, were of demonic possession rather than that of ghost. I think that's what demons are. They are Nephilim. Yeah. These accounts advocated orthodoxy among the populace as a preventative measure. For example, it was suggested that a sloppily made mezuzah or entertaining doubt about Moses' crossing of the Red Sea opened one's household to Daibuk possession. Very precise details of names and locations have been included in accounts of Daibuk possession. Rabbi Yoel Teitelbaum, the Satmar Rebbe, is reported to have supposedly advised an individual said to be possessed to consult a psychiatrist. What? They tended to be male spirits who possessed women on the eve of their weddings, typically in a sexual fashion, by entering the woman through their... Okay, yeah. Ansky's play is a significant work of Yiddish theater and has been adapted a number of times by writers, composers, and other creators, including Jerome Robbins, Leonard Bernstein, and Tony Kushner. Tony Kushner? Is he related to you know who? He received a National Medal of Art from President. What's that guy's name? Barry Santos. Barack's real name? I don't know. Neither here nor there. Personal life. Not trying to get off on a wild goose chase here, but just curious. Just curious. He likes the LGBT list of works, The Age of Assassins, La Fin de la Baleine, The Heavenly Theater, The Umbrella Oracle, Last Gasp, Yes, Yes, No, No, Stella, A Bright Room Called Day, what the heck? The Illusion. This all sounds about right. Angels in America, a gay fantasia on national themes. Part 1, Millennium Approaches. Are you kidding me right now? Angels in America. We gotta look at this. Angels in America. Okay. Is a 2-part play by American playwright Tony Kushner. The work won numerous awards, including the Pulitzer Prize for Drama. Really? Best Play, Drama Desk Award for Outstanding Play. Part 1 of the play premiered in 91 and its Broadway opening 93. I just want to read a little of the preface here. The play is a complex, often metaphorical and at times symbolic examination of AIDS and homosexuality in American 80s. Certain major and minor characters are supernatural beings or deceased persons. The play contains multiple roles for several of the actors, initially and primarily focusing on a gay couple in Manhattan. Sounds like Philadelphia. The 2 parts of the play are separately presentable and entitled Millennium Approaches and Perestroika. I wonder what that word is. See, this is how I do right here. This is what I do, people. The play has been adapted into an HBO. Well, sure it would. You know, HBO is going to want to have a part of that for sure. I wonder if the old maker of all the toothpaste and everything, he'll have his hands on it too, his dirty little paws. Can't think of his name right now, it escapes me. You probably know who I'm talking about. Plot, let's see. Set in New York City, the play takes place between funeral ceremony, a Jewish woman who eulogizes not only her, but her entire generation of immigrants who risked their lives to build a community for their children in a strange land. Really, a strange land? Weren't we just talking about something like that? After the funeral, Sarah's grandson, Louis Ironson, learns that his lover, Prior Walter, the last member of a long-lived WASP. Were we just talking about, did Joshua just mention WASP or was it Hornets? I don't know, white Anglo-Saxon Protestant. That's what a WASP is, huh? Family has AIDS. As prior illness progresses, Louis becomes unable to cope and moves out. Was this the punishment, the consequence that is within their bodies that Paul mentions? Yeah, you can see what these kind of people are a part of, what they do. The ghost of Ethel Rosenberg, whom he prosecuted in her trial for espionage and who was executed after Roy illegally lobbied the judge for the death penalty. Okay. Pryor is visited by an angel who crashes through his bedroom ceiling and proclaims that the great work has begun. Really? The great work? If y'all don't know or have heard that term before, that's what the Freemason, the free stains on the world, the Illuminati, the Templars, Rosicrucians, Jesuits, all these boys, and the Order of the Eastern Star, you can't forget the ladies, and the children, de Malay, they all talk about their great work. What's going on right now is the great work. Trust me, that's what it is. And it has begun. Angel reveals to him that heaven is a beautiful city that resembles San Francisco. Really, and God, described as a great flaming aleph, a flaming one, created the universe through copulation with his angels. My gosh. You see the blasphemous... Should we have any sympathy for these people? Should we sugarcoat anything for people like this? I don't think so. God abandoned heaven. The angel brings Pryor a message for mankind. Stop moving. What? In the belief that if a man ceases to progress, heaven will be restored. Belize believes that Pryor is projecting his own fears of abandonment into an elaborate hallucination, but Pryor suspects that his illness is the prophecy taking physical form, and that the only way the angel can force him to deliver her message is to die, and to her too. There's probably truth all in here, but it's wrapped up in so much wickedness. Angelic revelations with Latter-day Saint theology. I have to copy that link. Look at that later. It's not if heaven ain't a lot like Dixie. It's if heaven ain't a lot like San Fran. Yeah, right. Production history. Okay, sorry about that, folks. Got off. Let me go back here to, let's get away from Tony Kushner. Let's go back to this word that is Divik. I don't care what they say. Being how they fact-checked it, that is exactly what it is now. Where'd the word divot go to? Taken to a miracle-working Rabbi Baal Shem, who alone, it was believed, could expel the harmful divot through a religious rite of exorcism. Yeah, well, it's not showing us the word divot, but it is. Let's go back. I'm going to show y'all before I leave, because I don't want no one thinking that I'm making crap up here. Not divorce. Divot. Divot is a term derived from the... Well, I just read that. See, it's derived, they're saying. Where's the Wikipedia? All these articles are saying that it is a possession of an evil spirit. What is this? Divot 91 came and went, and America stood firm, carried on and prospered as never before in its long and cherished history as a nation. On the country charts, a new show option now exists called No Regions that will exclude all regions. Reverse COVID-19 and you will get 91 divot. A 10 KTO, whatever. Goodness. Die Salmon. What is this? Means apart, and Vok also comes from Latin where it has the meaning to call. Dawadi. What? Thanks. Finally, the detailed logs now displays only the most recent 5 synchronizing sessions. The page was already getting a bit long. Divot name numerology is 8. And here you can learn how to pronounce Divot. Divot origin and similar names to Divot name on 91 Divot, whatever. Twice are twins, really. Some of the ancients were of opinion that Moses was the penman, not only of the foregoing psalm, which is expressly said to be his, but also of the 8 that next followed it. But that cannot be, for P.S. we have seen the twin symbolism from the Minneapolis Twin Cities. George Floyd, DNA altering vaccination. Does it look like there is a cleaving today? What is this? Flip the script. I'll try to leave this little article here in the comment section. Pin it, and that way y'all can look at it. It looks interesting to go through, that's for sure. RT-PCR antigen testing pending. Psalms 91 was used by Satan. Yeah, the law of reversal, living her 91st year. Okay, yep, we'll save that. We'll go back here. The meaning, possession of a malevolent soul. And you can see, screw the false fact checkers. It's exactly what it is. Possessing other creatures. Anyway, folks, don't sugarcoat nothing, and now is no time to sugarcoat anything. Pedal to the metal. Gird up your loins and let them have it, because that's the only thing to do. If you're in a fight, if you hold back and you're not really trying to win, well, you're probably going to lose. And the Most High hasn't gave us all this knowledge, all this insight. He hasn't molded us, shaped us, and done all he has done for us. And what has he done for you? I'm sure we couldn't write a library that it would fit in. I know I couldn't. And what he's done for me, it deserves my full 100% effort. No holding back. I love y'all. Shalom, shalom. Peace out. These